So when I do this problem, guys, you do not want to square both sides right off the bat. Can anybody tell me why they don't want to do that right off the bat? Because of this plus 4z. You see, what you're going to have to do is, to do this guy right here, you're going to have to go 4z plus square root of blah, 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 and you have to go times 4z plus square root of blah, blah, blah. That's annoying. You have to go that times that times that, that times that, that times that. And even when you finish all of that, you're still going to have a square root when you're done, which is boo-boo. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to get the square root alone first, and then you want to solve. So I'm going to press pause on my recording right here for you guys, and you guys are going to try to do it yourself before I do it.
I don't know.
All right, here we go. The first thing we're going to do is get that 4z to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 4z from both sides, and this is what I got. I subtract 4z. Now I have a negative 2z on the left side, and now my square root is all alone. Aww. Everybody say aww.
Aww.
So I square both sides, and this is what happens. Okay, you have to do you have to go that times that, this guy times this guy, and this is what I get, and then I square the other side, and then booyah, no more square root, yay! Now because we have this squared, we're going to square both sides. Now we know, you got to check for extraneous solutions when you're finished.
Oh no.
Yes. Okay, so I have negative 6z because I'm going to move this 2z to the other side. I just subtracted right there. And now I'm going to move the 5 over to the other side. And so it's going to be negative 4. So I put negative 4 right there. All right, pause because I got to explain this because somebody asked. And I love asking or answering questions. So that squared means I have to go 1 minus 2z times 1 minus 2z. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times negative 2z is negative 2z. And then negative 2z times 1 is also negative 2z. Excuse me. And then negative 2z times negative 2z is positive 4z squared. And so when I add these together, it's going to be a negative 4z. And that's how I get this guy right here. Yeah. You do not distribute a squared like that. That is against the rules. Okay. Now, if you had an a times 2b, then and you're squaring this, because that's multiplication and it's not addition or subtraction, you can distribute this 2 like that, because pretty much what that 2 means is 2ab times 2ab, and so you get 4a squared b squared. So this 2 gets distributed. This one does not, okay, because there's a subtraction sign in there. Whenever there's a subtraction or addition, you got to go brat, and then you get brat, and you got brat. All right, there's a lot of work there. Okay, so back to biz over here. My goal right now is to get everything on this side to the left side because we have a z squared. So this side's got to equal 0 in order for me to solve it. All right, now I'm going to write this in standard notation. I'm going to put the z squared first. And then I have my minus 6z and then minus 4. And that equals 0. Ooh, lots of work to do still. I see that I can take out a common factor from each of these. And that's nice because it makes numbers smaller. I can take a 2 out. So when I take a 2 out, I get 2z squared minus 3z minus 2. And now I have to factor this diggity dog. Now the leading coefficient is not a positive 1. So that means I have to go 2 times negative 2. And when I do that, I get the negative 4. Why'd you do that? Because I'm trying to split up this middle term so I could use grouping in order to factor this. Grouping is a strategy to factor. Okay, so I got negative 4 on the top. On the bottom, I got a negative 3. Negative 3 comes from the middle term. What 2 numbers multiply to give me negative 4, but add to give me negative 3? And the answer is negative 4 and
Uno.
Okay, so negative 4 and
Uno.
are going to replace the 3. So I'm going to go negative 4, now, and then I have negative 3. Okay, so that negative 3 is going to be the negative 4 and positive 1. So let's rewrite it. We have 2z squared, negative 4z, and
Uno.
minus 2. Okay, so there's your negative 4, and there's your
Uno.
Okay, now I'm going to do some grouping. So I group the first 2 terms, group the last 2 terms, and in the first 2 terms, what can I take out? I can take out a 2z. When I take out a 2z, I get z minus 2. On the other one, we have a negative z and a negative 2. So I'm going to take out a negative 1, and I get z plus...
Wait, why is it negative?
Wait. Why is what negative? Wait, that's not a negative. That's a positive. Ooh, good catch, guys. That should not be a negative 1. Stupid. Okay, so now, that's a positive z, right? Yeah, it's a positive z. Positive 1. Yeah, positive 1z. My parenthesis was hiding it. Okay, so now I have z minus 2. And I'm going to take out the z minus 2's and write out. Okay, look, I'm going to do a little bit of writing here. Sorry. I was taking a shortcut. Take out these 2 minus z's, or z minus 2's. And then I'm left with the z, 2z plus 1. Sorry, 2z plus 1. And then when I set each of those equal to 0, wait, where's my 2 on the outside? There's a 2 on the outside because I took it out up here. Okay, now that 2 doesn't do anything. We don't really care about him. We're just going to set these 2 factors equal to 0 using the zero product property. You guys remember the zero product property back in Algebra 1? No, I skipped Algebra 1. Oh. And then I get z equals positive 2 from this guy. And then over here, I would have to subtract 1 and then divide by 2. So I get negative 1 over 2. All right, now, do we know if these are solutions? No, we don't. Okay, so we must check them. That kind of looks like a happy face. I don't want a happy face. I want a confusion face. Like, there's a confusion face. That's good. So I got to check these to see if they're extraneous solutions. Oh, are you serious? Yeah, that means we have to plug it back into this. Now, we could plug it back into this original one right here, or I can go over to this guy right here, which is what I want to do. I want to go to this guy, and I will plug into that one because there's less z's. It looks a little more simple. Okay, so let's use blue to do our test. Oh, so we have 1 minus 2 times something equals square root of whatever that is. Okay, now we cannot have a negative on this side. It cannot equal negative. The square root cannot equal negative. So if I plug a 2 in right here, would it work? Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 1. Does that work? It doesn't work. We got a negative number. The 2 doesn't work, guys. 2 doesn't work. 2 doesn't work. Put an x next to him. He's an extraneous solution. Now let's try negative 2. Or negative 1/2. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so we have negative 2 times negative 1/2. What is that?
Negative 2. I mean 1.
Negative 1?
No, just 1.
Negative 1, right? Half of 2 is 1. So we get, it's positive 1, huh? Positive 1. So it's 1 plus 1, which is 2. Oh. Okay, and we could do the other side if we wanted to, but pretty much it's going to work. It works. Like, negative 1/2 is our solution. It works. So here, let's try it. Let's plug it in. All right, so we have 5 plus 2 times negative 1/2. So this is going to be negative 1, and then we get 5 plus negative 1 is 4, and we get the square root of that. What's the square root of 4?
2.
It's 2. Oh my goodness. Awesome smiley. Okay, so that's our answer.
I found the square root.
Wait, which one is an extraneous solution?
2.
Yeah, this guy right here. Extraneous. How do you spell extraneous? Oh, it doesn't say. We'll just say X.
Well, I found